even warmer than these numbers will reflect. 78 degrees, probably 10 degrees warmer down on the Qualcomm Stadium turf. No wind to worry about, bright sunshine, and the Chargers will kick it off. Tom Cable, first full season, the interim coach last year of the Raiders, 6-13 overall. Norv Turner, his team 3-3, and in the last 2 years, the Chargers are 11-11 in the regular season. Jonathan Holland circles under it at the 6. And he's got a hole up the middle and was one step shy of taking that one long distance. Antoine Cason made the tackle.
And he must not turn the ball over.
Coach Tom Cable said it was by far his best week of practice, Russell, this week. This is Michael Bush, and the former Louisville star for about 4. Jacques Césaire makes the tackle. Five for Bush on first down. And right back to Michael Bush, same side, and he's got a first down and more out to the 39-yard line before Sean Merriman can make the stop. Vargas now in at running back, and the throw is the tight end Miller, tackled immediately. As coming up was Ellison, the rookie, to make the stop.
But now we're seeing that the Raider attack is a smart one to start off with. Running left against the Chargers. The Chargers on this season have given up 137 yards per game to their opponents on the ground. And then the quick pass out to Zach Miller, split out wide as a wide receiver. Get the big tight end rolling early.
2nd and 5 for Jamarcus Russell and the Raider offense. Vargas stays in at running back. Chargers crowd the line. The give is to Vargas right up the middle, and he's to the 50-yard line, and another Raider first down. And this was just the way Cable had it planned. Stay in the ground, pound away at a defense that has been generous all season, trying to stop the run.
And especially early in ball games, the Chargers defense has had problems with each of their opponents this season. It appears in the first quarter, stopping the run. So this is a solid game plan so far for the Raiders.
Raiders with only 3 rushing touchdowns this season. Of course, their biggest scoring game was against the Chargers in the opener when they got 20 but lost 24-20. Russell's first throw, plenty of time, deep down the middle, and it's intercepted right into the arms of Antonio Cromartie. And here he comes, ever dangerous in the open field. Gets a block. And finally cut down at the 41-yard line. There it is. First throw, first mistake for Jamarcus Russell. Russell's 9th interception of the season. He's also lost 5 fumbles. That's an NFL high. Bad start after a couple of first downs on the ground. His first pass picked off by Cromartie. Cromartie's first of the season. Rivers on first down, rolling and looking. And he's going long downfield for Floyd. What a catch! Oh, my! A jump ball, and Floyd at 6'5", leaps higher, and with those huge hands of his, rips it down.
And Rivers threw it 65 yards in the air. Michael Huff was not fooled by the stop and go, but he just couldn't get up high enough. Boy, if that doesn't look like the old R.C. Owens alley-oop, I don't know what does. Y.A. Tittle to Owens for a big play. This time it's Rivers to Floyd.
The Chargers have been vacant on the opening drive. Here's Tomlinson in a wildcat formation. He takes the snap, runs it off guard, and Tomlinson for a touchdown. Oh, what a start for San Diego. That ends a string of 22 straight games without scoring a touchdown on their opening chance.
And they did it in a hurry. Didn't waste any time to get the bomb. And then the trick play, Norv Turner said, when you asked him, Dick, if we were going to see any of the Wildcat, he said, yes, we will, and you will see it early. How about second play of the game?
So a 53-yard bomb to Malcolm Floyd, and then Tomlinson hardly touched as he runs it in from 5 yards out. A startling beginning for San Diego, to the delight of this sellout at Qualcomm, and the extra point by Kading. A look back across to the city of San Diego from Coronado Island. Kading tees it up, and here's Holland drifting to the 3. And tackled across the 20-yard line. Tackle made by Mike Tolbert, the fullback.
That's his second touchdown rushing this season. His first one, of course, came against the Raiders on Monday night to open the season.
So Jamarcus Russell has to be a bit unnerved. So the Chargers start with an interception, and 2 plays later a touchdown 6-yard run by LT. And if things weren't tough enough, Tom Cable wakes up this morning and there's an ESPN special that features women of his past, wife and girlfriend, saying that he physically and verbally was abusive. The alleged comments from them, and of course he went through the whole summer training period after a broken jaw and an altercation in a coaches meeting, but that the Napa County District Attorney's Office did not pursue charges. And on the next play, false start for the Raiders.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Looked like Khalif Barnes starting early. Obviously the Raiders were going to run to the right side, and that's why Barnes got off early, but you just wonder about this start, having to call a timeout. You go over to the sidelines, you come back with the play, and now you're offsides, backed up inside the 20-yard line. Horrible start for Oakland.
Michael Bush with Luke Lawton. Bush has got a lot of weight, but he gets it headed upfield, 245. Bush, leading rusher, 204 yards.
Let's go back to the interception. Here's Zach Miller and safety. That's Kevin Ellison. Kevin Ellison with a little sleight of hand here. He will grab Miller here. That slows him down. But what I don't know is where was Mark Russell throwing that ball, because Lewis Murphy was also in the area. And the delay by Ellison on Miller resulted in Cromartie's interception.
Cromartie's first of the season. Bush gets 7 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8, into the flat, complete to the rookie tight end Brandon Myers, and he's tripped up across the 25-yard line. That's Myers' first NFL catch.
And Russell 2 for 3, both completions on short passes, and you can see why. He's had trouble with the long pass, and that's really the reason why he was drafted #1 overall by the Raiders, because of his strong arm. That's also why Darius Hayward-Bay was drafted, because of his great speed. It's been the Raider tradition of LaMonica to Warren Wells, of Plunkett to Cliff Branch, strong arm quarterbacks with fast wide receivers.
And that's what Al Davis has drafted for here, but it hasn't materialized. 3rd and 4. Russell lobs this one downfield and over the head of the tight end Miller, and it's 3 and out. Tried to feather the throw over the defense, but strong-armed Russell too heavy with that toss.
You can see number 80 with the free release, and he is open on the corner route. Russell, with bad mechanics there, was never really set his feet. And again, when you've got a strong arm like that, sometimes it's hard to put that feathery touch on the pass.
Sproles back, but here is arguably the greatest kicker in the history of the game, Shane Leckler, averaging 47.1 career yards per punt. No one's ever been that good. Sproles can't get away from Tyvon Branch, the starting safety. Set up shop at their own 29. Tomlinson into the teeth of the Raider defense for about 4. Tommy Kelly gets his 300 pounds on LT.
He doesn't want to give them any hope today. He wants to step on their throat, if you will, early. I think he's done exactly that.
Tough at home starting. He's 23-7. Throw deep down the sidelines. Incomplete. A flag goes down. Floyd, the intended target. Chris Johnson with either a hold or interference.
It could have been one of those arm bars where the defensive back sticks out his arm and tries to keep the receiver from getting to the ball. But it's going to be against the Raiders.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense, number 37. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Terry McCauley with a call. The penalty flag thrown before the pass was delivered, so it's the 5-yard illegal contact.
And the contact happened about 6 to 7 yards down the field. That's 1 to 2 yards too far. Heck of an effort by Floyd trying to reel that one in.
He figures he's going to catch everything. Wanted to be a nurse, Wyoming, undrafted free agent. Tomlinson does get around the corner and skips out of bounds. Not quite the distance for a first down. Nick Hardwick, the starting center, injured in game 1 against the Raiders. Still on the sidelines, but he started to at least jog at practice. They're hoping to get him back in December. Sproles out of the backfield in motion. Quick throw slant underneath, wide open is Floyd, and he's having a field day. First down at the Oakland 47 between Chris Johnson and Michael Huff.
Now Johnson has been bothered by a sore groin, and that's a tough injury for a defensive back because he needs his lateral movement. You can see the quickness of Floyd getting inside, and Johnson just couldn't react in time to prevent this slant route, and another first down for San Diego. But interesting, when Sproles went in motion, linebacker Kirk Morrison went with him. That's a matchup San Diego would love to have all day long. Sproles on a linebacker.
LT back in, first down at the Raider 47. Midway through the opening quarter, and not much there at all for Tomlinson against this Oakland defense. So far it's been Floyd working on Johnson on the other side. Rivers, good protection, throwing deep, and Antonio Gates well covered, double team.
Yeah, that was just great coverage by Thomas Howard and safety Michael Huff. Rivers just saw the double coverage here on the outside. You can see the underneath coverage by Tyvon Branch, and then here comes Huff over, and Rivers smartly just threw that ball out of bounds. But Raiders know that number 85 is very dangerous. That time the Chargers trying to get him way down the field on the corner route.
3rd and long at the 46. Sproles joins Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers to the sidelines. Back shoulder pass incomplete, intended for Floyd again, and the flag is down. Coverage by Chris Johnson.
This might be an illegal block. Chop block, yep, on Darren Sproles. Helping out on the pass protection.
Foul, chop block, offense number 73. Penalties decline, 4th down.
Marcus McNeil, the left tackle, ticketed.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it's on McNeil. I think it's on the little big man, Darren Sproles. Here he is right here, and McNeil is the tackle here. Boy, I tell you what, that's a very iffy call. on Marcus McNeil. That looked like a good block.
So in to punt Mike Cyphers, and if you like punting, they got 2 out. That one was touched, almost completely blocked. It's going to work out as a pretty good kick. It hits a Raider downfield at the 10-yard line. That's where it'll be spotted. A near block by the Raiders.
Yeah, midway through the first quarter, Chargers on top 7-0. Sam Williams gets his hands on this punt, and then he'll run into Mike Cyphers. You can see the referee, Terry McCauley, saying because it was tipped, there is no roughing the punter. Kind of the way things are going for the Raiders this season. Get a good play, but the ball still rolls.
So from the 11, Russell hands it off to Fargas, and he has 4 yards on first down. So even though the ball almost blocked, and that could have been a big play, the one that the Raiders have been searching for desperately, instead it rolls downfield all the way to the 11-yard line and the 35-yard punt for Cyphers.
Yeah, further proof of the game of inches. If he gets his whole hand on the ball goes the other direction, and the Raiders have a good chance of scooping it and scoring with it.
Fargas played his first 3 years, University of Michigan, then transferred to Southern California for his senior season. He gets the handoff again. And he's toppled after a yard and a half by Stephen Cooper, the undrafted linebacker from Maine, once again leading the Chargers in tackles.
Yeah, 53 now from his linebacker spot, and a pretty good combination now inside for San Diego with Tim Dobbins taking over for the injured Kevin Burnett. Dobbins had a huge game last week against Kansas City. And now Cooper gets in on the action as the Raiders get nothing on their first 2 running plays.
And 3rd and 5, we'll see if defensive coordinator Ron Rivera brings up a blitz against Russell. No, and it's a handoff to Fargas inside. Nothing there at all. So another 3 and out for the Oakland Raiders.
Another very conservative call on 3rd and 5. Sean Merriman gets in on the tackle that time for San Diego. And if you let Merriman get all fired up, he has a way of firing up the entire team. And right now, San Diego, offense and defense, playing very, very well.
Leckler has the whole field to kick to.
And you know, that just gives Sproles some opportunities with those bombs that Leckler hits.
Of course, Sproles is all the way back to the Charger 30. And there's a driving boot right to him at the 28. He has some room to run. Skids across the 35 to the 37. Good coverage by the Raiders. First down at the 37-yard line. 3rd possession for the Chargers, leading 7-0 with 4:41 left in the opening quarter. Tomlinson at tailback. Nothing to the right side except John Alston, the linebacker, invaded the backfield and deposits Tomlinson for a loss. Manu Maliuna, the big tight end who's used often as a fullback. Full start, so another -5 for San Diego, takes the ball back to the 28.
And this will give life to this Raider defense. Good job on first down, stringing LT out to the sidelines and dropping him for a loss. And then the Chargers create the big mistake on 2nd down.
2nd and 19 now, staring at Rivers. 2-6-5 receivers to the left. He's looking left, and he throws left, complete to Vincent Jackson, and Jackson gets 18 of the 19 yards.
Yeah, it's one thing of being a tall receiver, but if you don't have the hands to go with that altitude, if you will, it's really defeats the purpose. Watch the hands of Jackson reaching way out to make this catch in traffic. Rivers absorbing a big hit there that time from Tommy Kelly.
3rd down and 1. Tomlinson behind fullback Mike Tolbert. And it's Tolbert who gets the call, and he has the first down, burrowing to the 49-yard line.
Tolbert, pretty good running back at Coastal Carolina, picked up that first down with ease.
Tomlinson, tailback, first down at the San Diego 49. Over the middle, and it's intercepted, picked off by Johnson. Chris Johnson at the 50. back inside and tackled at the 43-yard line. Went off the hands of Jackson. The flag is down on the play.
Flag after the interception.
During return, personal foul, low block, passing team number 63. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Scott Murchkowski playing at center, trying to defend, took out a blocker, and he gets the chop block down low.
So much for good hands. That's a fine pass by Rivers. Went off the hands of Vincent Jackson, and heads up by Chris Johnson, the second interception of the year. Murchkowski trying to take out some of that interference right there, and trying to get the block on Richard Seymour. Gets the penalty, and the Raiders in even better shape. Watch number 93, that's Tommy Kelly, but right here is Murchkowski, 63, taking out Richard Seymour.
So you add the 15, and Jamarcus Russell and the Raiders in excellent field position now at the 27. Michael Bush, the tailback. Fake to him. Russell over the middle, complete to Bush, who slipped through the line of scrimmage, and he picks up about 6 before smothered by 3 blue shirts led by Stephen Cooper.
And if you're looking for improvement from Jamarcus Russell, that's an example of it. Going to his check down receivers, I'm sure he wanted, and all the Raider fans wanted him to go for the bomb there, try to get the ball in the end zone on the first play. It wasn't there. The Chargers had good coverage deep, but Russell found Bush for a good gain on first down.
Chargers with an interception, and their first series led to a score, and now Chris Johnson's pick, and the Raiders hope to complement that with a touchdown and a tie. It's Bush who hit in the backfield by Sean Merriman as he charged in from an angle, and Merriman playing a very spirited first quarter.
Yeah, he's finally getting healthy too. You know, he had coming off the knee injury, missed most of last year, had groin and foot problems this year. Here he is on the outside. Actually, he's one man in from there, but showing that closing speed with Stephen Cooper to make the tackle.
Crowd raises its voice on 3rd and 3 at the 20. Fargas, the running back, behind Luke Lawton. Fargas, he's got a hole and a first down. Oh, he just gives you the money's worth on every carry, Fargas. Dobbins with the tackle, first down Raiders.
He's not the biggest or the fastest, but he is the one guy that gives you everything he has. And he loves running between the tackles and making contact. He makes Dobbins miss and pulls a couple of Chargers forward for that first down inside the 15.
This is a rare real estate for the Raiders. Only 9 times have they been in the red zone this season. Back to Fargas. Another good hole, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Larry English and others in on the tackle. Final seconds of this opening quarter with the Chargers in front 7-0. Beautiful shot of what they call U.S.'s finest city, San Diego. Phil Rivers betrayed by the hands of Jackson, turned into Chris Johnson's lap for an interception, and now from the line, here's the handoff to Fargas, barreling up the middle, and he's close to another first down at the 3-yard line.
You got to love the speed with which Fargas hits the hole. I mean, he's going full speed. He's not looking for any setting up any block as the Charger is down on the field.
Tim Dobbins.
Tim Dobbins, the one guy the Chargers are counting on. It's one of those middle linebackers. In the circle is Tim Dobbins, and he's going to get blocked by fullback Luke Lawton. And as he is blocked and stood up, good block by Lawton, one of the Raiders coming over and falls on his leg, Mario Henderson, the left tackle. And that appears to be a leg injury by and watch number 75. This just happens at football. Everybody's trying hard, trying to make a play, trying to make a block, trying to get into the end zone. Just an unfortunate for Tim Dobbins that he gets rolled up on by Mario Henderson, a 300-pounder.
And as you can imagine from what we've seen, that evidence serious enough that Dobbins will be carted back to the locker room for x-rays. The guy that's We wanted to interview him, the press here in San Diego as well, after an 11 tackle, 1 interception game, his best ever at Kansas City a week ago. He said, I'm just a backup. You talk to the starters. When I become a full-time starter, then I'll talk to you. He refuses to converse with the media. And after that great game in Kansas City and playing well in the first quarter today, injured and taken back to the X-ray machine.
And now you got to wonder who fills in for him. Brandon Seiler, the third-year pro out of Florida. So the Chargers without Kevin Burnett, and now they lose Tim Dobbins, are down to just 2 inside linebackers. And the Raiders, excuse me, Dick, the Raiders know that. They're going to keep pounding and pounding the middle of that Charger defense.
They just missed the first down on that second Fargas carry. It's 3rd and inches just inside the 4. Fargas stays in. And the sneak by Jamarcus Russell, and with his size, 6'6" and 260, Seiler came up to meet him, but it appeared that Russell had leaned forward to the first down. It is 1st and goal for the Raiders, and there's some representation of the Raider Nation here in San Diego today as you hear a cheer from sections of Qualcomm.
That's a real smart play call, too, by Tom Cable. As you said, I mean, there's no quarterback bigger in the league than Jamarcus Russell, and needing just inches, he got it with ease.
1st and goal. 2 receivers to the left. And now Lewis Murphy, the rookie, in motion, and it's Fargas. He barrels his way to the goal line, and it's a touchdown, Raiders. Of course, the Raiders, when they were in Los Angeles for almost a decade, built a big fan base. A lot of those from down in the San Diego area. You can hear them cheer.
Yeah, they went right after Brandon Seiler. Cooper Carlisle, the best offensive lineman at right guard, went out and just smothered Seiler, and Fargas got in.
First rushing touchdown of the year for Justin Fargas. Janikowski for the extra point. Incredible November Sunday here in San Diego. 7-7 this battle, the 100th time these 2 old AFL opponents 50 years ago first met. Janikowski delivers that 1 yard deep. Sproles looks for a crease, runs under his own blockers and tripped up across the 20-yard line. Down in Mission Valley, Raiders scoring 135 minutes. That works out to 9 straight quarters without a touchdown. That drought ends on Fargas's 3-yard drive into the end zone. Tomlinson cutting back, and no hole there. Matt Shaughnessy, the rookie from Wisconsin, playing a defensive tackle on LT's back.
That Raider drive was just a 27-yard drive. Of the 7 plays they ran, 6 of them were runs, 4 by Fargas, 19 yards and the touchdown. So you can see, especially now with the injury to Dobbins, it's questionable if he will return. The Raiders may have found something.
Many use the stocking cap in 80-degree weather. It's become popular items back in the Midwest and East.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Underneath, complete. And it's Jackson, just a short gainer, immediately hit by Nnamdi Asomugha, a brilliant cornerback, and just as delightful an athlete with whom to converse as we've ever met in many, many years. He's bright, he's handsome, he's generous, takes kids from Oakland, as you know, back to the cities in the East, visits major universities, sophomores, juniors in high school to inspire them to go on for a college education. He just is high quality. 3rd and long. Shotgun with Sproles. Rivers. Here comes the pressure. The throw down the middle. Caught by Jackson. So after he lost a ball off his fingertips for the interception, he comes back with a couple of tough catches.
Yeah, was there any doubt that the Rivers wouldn't go back to Jackson? It's because of ability like this. Stanford route is number 26. Great little out and up move. That loses route. And then Jackson showing his good hands this time with the catch out to the 45.
As you can see, 3 receptions, 41 yards, 20 yards on that play, and a first down out at the 45. set a San Diego record last week against the Chiefs. Look at Sproles darting into the secondary. He's got another first down at the 44 of Oakland. First down, 44. Tied at 7. 11 minutes to go first half here in San Diego, and Tomlinson hit the blockade, tried to get outside, but Matt Shaughnessy, the third-round draft pick out of Wisconsin, makes another good play at his defensive tackle position.
This offensive line of the Chargers really coming together the last couple of weeks. Vasquez is healthy now at right guard. Murchkowski has done a solid job filling in for Nick Hardwick, and you can see that the pass protection against the Raiders so far in this first half has been flawless.
Rivers back to the shotgun. He's got Chris Chambers and Jackson to the right and sends LT into the left flat. Steps up, throws over the middle, and a diving catch by Jackson. Ball was rolled down at the 28-yard line. Boy, he's been reaching out and up, and now he goes and digs for a catch.
I guess he's forgiven for the interception. Let's see if he makes this catch. Both hands underneath the ball, lifts the ball to his body. That's a great catch by Vincent Jackson. You know, you make a mistake and you come right back. Your quarterback doesn't give up on you, and this is the reward you get.
14 more yards for Jackson and the Chargers. First down at the 29-yard line. Look at the white jerseys crowding the box. And they're looking for LT, and Tomlinson a tough 4 yards off the left side. Kelly and Morrison team up on the tackle.
Been a pretty good drive for the San Diego Chargers, answering the Raiders' touchdown drive. And this is the arches are the passes, the straight lines are the runs. You can see the big passes to Jackson. All 3 of those were Jackson receptions.
Good spot for LT on that first down carry, 2nd and 4. Tomlinson, can he get outside? No, trapped in the backfield again. That has not worked. He's not been able to go wide, as Shaughnessy, again, playing more and more this rookie, makes a solid play. He's had quite a half.
Yeah, here he is right here, number 77, working against tight end Antonio Gates, and that's a mismatch in Shaughnessy's favor. And LT, you know, people say, has he lost or anything? Well, any running back would look bad without it blocking.
So of the 6 yards Tomlinson gained on first down, he loses 5 on seconds, brings up 3rd and 9. Sproles. I'd like to use him out wide and isolate him if possible on the linebacker. Instead it's Antonio Gates. No, Jackson again. Jackson slashing inside, and he has been the man. What a collaboration. Rivers to Jackson all the way down the field.
Now they're spreading the entire field. These are just too many weapons. Here's one wide receiver. There's Jackson. There's Nane inside. Remember, Sproles is all the way to the bottom of the screen, split out wide. He took Michael Huff with him, so there's no underneath coverage by the linebackers. It's just easy pickings for Rivers and Jackson.
14 on that play, 5 for 69. Sproles, and he finds no room to run. Thomas Howard, the linebacker from UTEP, son of Thomas Sr., was an All-American at Texas Tech and played with Kansas City and the St. Louis Cardinals in the league. And Howard can run as well as any of the quick linebackers in the league.
And Phillips Rivers is just torrid. 7 of 10 for 133. Remember, the one interception should have been a completion.
11th play of the drive. Ball rests at the 13 of the Raiders. Sproles stays in. Rivers into the flat. Wide open Nane. 3rd and a tough 4 at the 8-yard line. Empty backfield. Rivers has him spread out. Looks, throws, wide open Jackson. That's the way it was supposed to be, apparently. He did all the work all the way down the field. How can you be that wide open?
5 catches on 1 drive. We just talked about his first half against Kansas City when he had 5 for 142. Yeah, I think this is wide open, Dick. Right side of the screen. Ain't nobody in silver and black near number 83.
8 yards on the touchdown. Rivers to Jackson. Jackson's 5th score of the year, leading the Chargers, and the extra point by Kading.
Vincent Jackson with an easy touchdown. Stanford route is on the corner blitz, and he's got to run about 20 yards to get to Rivers, but nobody picks up 83. Here's route 26, and he's just still 10 yards from Rivers as Rivers reads the blitz and burns the blitz with the easy touchdown pass to Vincent Jackson. What a drive for that man.
Quite a partnership as Rivers goes 6 for 6 on the drive. 5 of the completions to Jackson. 64 yards total. And the drive was 78 yards in 12 plays. Took a half a quarter, 7.5 minutes.
There's a delay on the game because they got to get the K ball out for the kicker. Each kicking ball has a special label on it so that the kickers can't have one of those soft helium-filled balls. And of course, the muscle man. There's the K on the ball, as you can see right there. Special ball for the kickers.
Did you have P for passing when you?
I hope it's for passing.
Kading sends it high and spins it inside the 5 to Jonathan Holland, the former Louisiana Tech star. And he gets it to the 25-yard line and runs into Mike Tolbert again. And Tolbert growing as a star on special teams. The beauty of being a Raider fan. Every day's Halloween. They got great loyalty, the Raider fans around the country, and they're well represented at Qualcomm today.
And that's not a mask.
I saw you chatting with him before the game. From the 25, the Raiders stay on the ground, and Michael Bush staggers out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 3 before Brandon Seiler can trip him up.
Yeah, it's amazing what a short drive of 27 yards will do for your football team. They struggled with just 11 plays in their first 3 drives, but getting the interception by Chris Johnson and running the ball. We'll see how well the Chargers respond now with Tim Dobbins in the locker room with that knee injury.
Bush stays in at tailback, and back to Bush, tries the right side, drags a tackler across the 30. It'll be 3rd and 4. Credit rookie Larry English with a tackle, the #1 pick of the Chargers from Northern Illinois.
And this will be an interesting play selection by Tom Cable because it's a 3rd and 4. The last couple of times the Raiders have elected to run the ball. Very conservative.
That's a running play, so you can use your hands that way as a blocker, usually. On 3rd and 4, Russell in the shotgun. Russell with time. Big man scrambles and throws to the sideline, incomplete. If you're a Raider fan, you've got to figure by that time somebody should be open.
Well, it's inexperience on both ends of the passing system. You know, you've got a quarterback who's struggling, and Jamarcus Russell, and then young wide receivers. Johnny Lee Higgins there, number 15, just in his 3rd year against the linebacker. Seiler couldn't shake him down the sidelines.
So on comes the thunderfoot of Shane Leckler with Sproles way back inside the 25. Ooh, that was close to being hit by a Charger. Look at this ball. Drives all the way to the 2-yard line and bounces into the end zone for a touchback. After the touchback from the 20, Tomlinson lunges for a couple. Tommy Kelly there to wrap him up. And look who's back on the field. Number 51, Tim Dobbins, after what looked like a catastrophic hit. He bent back, but on his feet.
Yeah, they've got another injury down. This is a Raider now. This is Tommy Kelly. But you can see Dobbins did have a brace on that knee. And we got to worry about Tommy Kelly here, number 93 for the Raiders.
4:11 left in this first half. Timeout in San Diego.
And then as LT goes by, it appeared to be some type of shoulder injury as he hit the ground. Here's the matchup you might want, though. LT down at the bottom of the screen against the linebacker.
2nd and 9. The throw is underneath, complete to Gates, and the tight end for the Chargers with a catch.
And by moving
His
LT
first.
outside like that and forcing, that time it was Thomas Howard, that opens up the middle for the tight end Antonio Gates. So Norv Turner's game plan right now, creating mismatches, not necessarily taking advantage of them right away, but getting the other guys involved like Jackson and this time Antonio Gates.
7 straight completions for Rivers in a passing formation, 3rd and 4. Wide open as Antonio Gates sprinting down the sidelines, out of bounds at the Raider 45. Once again, a receiver all alone.
This time it's Antonio Gates with a crossing route. And again, the pass protection is great. Here's Gates right here, number 85. And a mix-up in the coverage. You can see it was a zone coverage by the linebackers, man-to-man by the defensive backs, and it's another huge play from the passing game of San Diego.
Michael Huff, who plays very deep at safety, pushes him out of bounds, but not until Gates picks up 30 on the catch. Rivers 19 yards shy of 200 passing in the first half, and there's LaDainian Tomlinson sprinting for nearly 10. Tyvon Branch with a tackle. And these fans in San Diego, with the investment they have in LaDainian Tomlinson and the rewards he's given them for his great career of now 9 seasons, anything he does positive, they're ready to cheer loud and long.
And especially against the silver and black.
Just shy of the first down, a breather, and then Jacob Hester into the game. His first carry today has the first down on short yardage. San Diego leading by a touchdown. Rivers 8 for 8 in the quarter, 9 for 9. Sproles on the screen, 30, hit from behind, tackle to the 25, a gain of 8. Shaughnessy another tackle as he's racking up quite a list of hits here in the opening half.
Fantastic hustle by Matt Shaughnessy. Because Sproles had one man to beat. He can't beat something he can't see. Shaughnessy came from behind to make the tackle.
Raiders just do get a couple of substitutes off the field, and it's Sproles up the middle. Big hole! Sproles all the way to the 9-yard line. Tyvon Branch saved the touchdown.
You know, we talked about the quickness of Fargas hitting the hole. Watch the quickness of 43 hitting this gaping hole right in the middle of the Raider defense. And Sproles with those great vision and quickness and full speed ahead.
Fearless at 185, only 5 feet 6 inches tall. Now it's Tomlinson for a touchdown. His second of the game. What therapy for LT. Bring on the Raiders.
This pushes him over 12,000 yards in his Hall of Fame to be career. Sproles got him down there, and an LT behind Chris Dielman and Marcus McNeil found a huge hole on the left side for the score.
80 yards, 8 plays, 10 yards on the touchdown run by Tomlinson. Kading adds the extra point, and the Chargers build their lead to 21-7.
54 seconds remaining. First down the play. Chargers 21, Raiders 7.
Tomlinson coming into this game with only 1 rushing touchdown for a man who has scored so many times on the ground in his career, 127 times. He gets 2 today.
Great block here by Legadou Nane and the left tackle, Marcus McNeil. As Dielman will work to the inside, Nane comes in, clears out Stanford route, and it's another walk-in for LT. Not many times you'll get a great block from a wide receiver, but that's just a perfect screen. Nothing big and physical, just got in the way of route, and LT does the rest.
His 129th rushing touchdown in his fabulous career. Second all time. Second to his idol, Emmitt Smith, growing up as a Texas kid in Waco. His mom saved the money and saved the money so that he could go to summer camp of Emmitt Smith. Kading down to Jonathan Holland, bobbles at the 3. Then tries the middle and has some running room. Gets back to the outside. Only Kading to beat. He's trying to cut him off at the 50 and gets him out of bounds by the shoulders at the 37-yard line. Great return by Jonathan Holland, and the Raiders, with 43 seconds left in the half, have a chance to bark.
And the Raiders have 2 timeouts to bark with. This is really a great run by Holland. His previous long was just 31 yards, but it makes moves in traffic. But how about Kading with the angle, the speed, and just gets him down by the shoulder pad. Great return by Holland, and a heck of a touchdown-saving tackle by the kicker.
Well, Kading was an all-state in Iowa in soccer, basketball, and football. He showed his athleticism, at least foot speed there, to save a touchdown. Let's see if Jamarcus Russell and the Raiders can capitalize with 43 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Russell pumps, scrambles, throws to the sideline, open and complete to Darius Hayward-Bay, the #1 draft pick of the Raiders, his 5th catch of the season. Steve Gregory on the coverage.
Hey, he doesn't get out of bounds. That causes the Raiders to use a timeout. Good effort by Darius Hayward-Bay to try to get out of bounds, but he does not. And the Raiders, taking their time, let about 3 seconds go off the clock before calling their second of 3 timeouts here in the first half.
Another one of those rookie mistakes that Cable talked about. They're learning on the job with which to use as they try to nibble at that 21-7 lead. Fargas with Russell. First down at the 27. Comes a blitz. Merriman gets him. There's Sean Merriman's first sack of the season. And lights out. Finally, they get to see the celebration in San Diego.
And finally, the Raiders call timeout. I mean, Russell's got to call timeout as soon as he's tackled. Working against Mario Henderson is Sean Merriman. Right here is Merriman. And he just overpowers and then keeps his eye on the prize. Jamarcus Russell steps up. Merriman cuts in and then starts to dance.
Sean Phillips, the other sack master for San Diego, got his first 2 at Kansas City last week, and he said, now we got to get the big fella one, meaning Sean Merriman. With Merriman's first of the entire season, it's interesting, the 2 men, both in their career, each has 40.5 sacks, so they're in a little intra-team competition. Janikowski, whose range is limitless, is waiting for his turn possibly, but the Raiders are looking for more. 20 seconds to go, but 2nd and 13, no timeouts. Russell throws to the sidelines, incomplete. Lewis and Murphy tried to scoop it, but it bounced on a short hop.
And the pressure of the previous play caused this ball to come in short to Lewis Murphy. Russell didn't step into the throw quite enough to get the ball all the way out. It was close to being a reception, but it clearly bounced before it got to number 18.
So they're going to bring out the field goal unit now with 15 seconds for an apparent field goal. When you're staggering here to score points, you always have to consider the fake. It's a 48-yard attempt.
Chargers, anticipating perhaps a fake, have left their defense on the field.
He hasn't missed this year. 9 for 9, Janikowski. And this one has plenty of distance. What a kick. Janikowski, a perfect 10 for 10, and the Raiders in the final minute of this opening half able to get 3 on that drive thanks to the 60-yard kickoff return by Jonathan Holland. In September, this is going to be painful, Dan. 78, Raiders-Chargers, famous for the play known as the Holy Roller.
I really appreciate it, Dick. You know, if you make a rule the following year that you can't purposely fumbled forward, then maybe that should have been called an incomplete pass at the time. Do you think that maybe? Yeah, I'm still
retroactive. You still.
I can't help it. Come on.
That was pretty good theatrics, though, by the Raiders to have the presence to get away with it.
The snake bit us again, didn't he?
And the kickoff now by Janikowski to Sproles. Deep in the end zone. They'll take the touchback with only 11 seconds to go in the half. Rivers will come out. We'll see whether or not they'll even take a serious. This Rivers against Green Bay 2 years ago, and Dan Fouts against Cleveland in 1981. A kneel down for the final play of this opening half. Darren Sproles with 3 career kickoff return touchdowns, and after the bobble, he'll take a knee on the 20-yard line.
First and 10, the 20-yard line.
Disappointed Darren Sproles, but he'll get plenty of chances here in the second half.
And there's a look at the 6 possessions of the Chargers in the opening half.
Yeah, even the punt by the Chargers, which was deflected by Sam Williams, rolled deep into Raider territory. So pretty good first half for North Turner's Chargers.
Philip Rivers wearing that number 17. That was his father's number. Father Steve, a coach, and the best man at his wedding. That's how close dad and son are. And it's LaDainian Tomlinson. And once you get outside that tackle hole as a flag flies, the Chargers haven't made much yardage at all.
Holding. Offense. Number 85. 10-yard penalty.
Antonio Gates will move the Chargers back to the 10-yard line with that holding call on Tyvon Branch.
Really a bad way to start the opening drive of the second half. A 10-yard penalty pushes the Chargers back really close to their goal line at the 10-yard line now, and the Raiders can take advantage. They get great field position for their initial drive of the second half. But first, they've got to put pressure on Rivers and his passing game.
Come out in a run formation. Rivers under center. And LaDainian Tomlinson, he bobbled the ball and almost fumbled it forward to 3 white jerseys as Kirk Morrison, solid hit for the Raiders.
Yeah, the former Aztec really read that blitz, read that running play well. Here he is, 52. Watch how quickly he hits the hole. Totally unblocked and slicing in there, and that's a great recovery by LaDainian Tomlinson, because this ball was out after the hit by Morrison. Lucky bounce for San Diego.
Was that ever? No, second and long, and Rivers now into the shotgun. First pass to the second half, he pumps and goes long downfield, incomplete to Jackson. And Jackson did have a step. Chris Johnson on the coverage for the Raiders.
Boy. Protection good on this long pass by Philip Rivers. Just a 4-man rush by the Raiders as the pump fake and then the launch. And it's about 3 yards too far for 83. As you can see, Tyvon Branch, strong safety, coming over to help with Chris Johnson.
So third down and long. And unless Rivers dials up something very special here, the Raiders are going to get great field position to start the second half. Throws deep downfield, incomplete. Intended for Floyd, and good coverage as Michael Huff came over to knock it away.
Ball just slightly underthrown by Rivers. And good reaction by Huff as Floyd has to go down to the ground. And the left hand of Huff, I think, might have distracted Floyd and caused the incompletion.
Johnny Lee Higgins, a dangerous kick returner, back at the 35 of the Raiders. 3 punt return touchdowns last year, an Oakland season record. Gets away from the first 2 blue shirts and another, and finally hit at the 43-yard line with a flag down. Chris Wilson, the tight end, made the tackle.
Yeah, this will be against the Chargers. Illegal procedure, probably be declined, I would think.
Illegal formation. kicking team. Number 54, not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty added into the play. First down, timeout.
And welcome back with our producer Bob Bonsbach and Suzanne Smith, our director, Dick Enberg, Dan Fouts. Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, just starting the second half. First possession for Jamarcus Russell and the Raiders at the 47. The toss is to Fargas, and Fargas into Charger territory to the 46-yard line before Sean Merriman can bring him to the ground.
You take a look at what the Raiders did in the first half. They got their 10 points after the interception by Chris Johnson here, and then the 3-point field goal by Janikowski after the great kickoff return of Jonathan Holland for 60 yards. Other than that, not too good. But this is great field position to start the second half for the Raiders.
You see Fargas and Bush, the two running backs, 63 of the total offense of the Raiders, and a good gain on first down of 7. And back to Fargas. And he's dropped by Eric Weddle up from safety position, just shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 for the Oakland Raiders, who lost a tough one to the Chargers to open the season, 24-20, and since then just not able to score. They did beat Kansas City 13-10 and Philadelphia 13-9, but in their other losses scored only a total 4 losses, 16 points. 3rd and short. Back to Fargas, and he plows for the first down. He moves the pile whether there's a hole or not.
That's 3 conversions now for the Raiders out of 6 tries on 3rd down, and it's just full speed ahead from Justin Fargas hitting over the right side. And it's great to have a fullback cleaning the way for you like Lawton, number 44.
That's a good call. Lawton at 240 pounds out of McNeese State. He's played with Buffalo, the Jets, Indianapolis, Philadelphia, now Oakland, and he can block. Now Michael Bush in as Russell throws over the middle, and it's complete to the tight end Zach Miller. And finally the Raiders find their top receiver, Miller, the tight end, who came into the game with 23 catches and a 16-yard average. That's his 2nd of the game.
And it's about time they throw to him again. Remember, the first completion of the game was on a similar formation, a similar type of route, out to Zach Miller, split out wide as a wide receiver.
Miller tight end's kind of confusing, though. There are a lot of those around the league. There's 2 Zach Millers.
And the Heath Miller, they're all good.
Yeah, the other Zach is from Nebraska, Omaha, a rookie. And first down, Bush. And he's hit hard. An angle tackle. And it's coming over to make the stop for the Chargers. Alfonso Boone, helped out by Kevin Ellison. Ellison's brother Keith is a linebacker with the Buffalo Bills, and he's breaking into some more and more action. They just like his instinctive nature against the run.
That gives the Chargers a bigger safety at 220 pounds. Kevin Ellison, one of those great USC safeties.
Only a yard gain on first down, so Bush stays in at tailback. 2nd and 9. Play action. Russell tried to scramble forward, brought down at the 31 by Sean Phillips. Is that back to the line of scrimmage? If not, that's a sack for Phillips. It is. So Phillips and Merriman, the 2 men who have haunted opposing quarterbacks, each with a sack today.
And you really got to bring it to bring down number 2, and that's exactly what Phillips does. And he's throwing a strike there. That's a perfect 300 game on that sack.
That's a tribute to his grandmother Jackie, who was a Pro Bowler at many 300 games. Chargers showing blitz, and here they come. Good blocking by the Raiders. Now Russell dumps it off into the flat, and it's complete to Fargas, and he's knocked out of bounds. Seiler replacing the injured Tim Dobbins. Dobbins down with the knee in the first half, although he's on the sidelines in uniform. And Seiler, the 3rd-year backer from Florida, makes the play.
Now you can see the blitz coming right here and then right in the middle, and the Raiders pick it all up. And they give Russell about 5 seconds. He smartly comes down to Fargas, but Fargas can't pick up the first down thanks to Brandon Seiler.
So Janikowski, who kicked along with the first half. This one will be 42 yards, maybe 41. Out of Luckler's hold, and Janikowski is perfect 11 for 11 on the season.
And the roller coaster, one of the original wood roller coasters. And when you ride that roller coaster, you rattle and roll.
No, thank you. Sebastian Janikowski with a couple of field goals sends it to the goal line, and here comes Sproles. Looks for an opening and kicks out of one tackle, chased from behind and brought down at the 37 as a spectacular day here in San Diego. And it's a 21-13 lead for the Chargers. So after Sproles' 39-yard kickoff return, open at their own 38, Rivers to throw. Throws underneath and complete to Jackson, leaping high right at the sticks. First down. Jackson now with 7 catches today, 36 on the season for San Diego. First down near midfield. LT and tailback. Rivers perhaps changing his call, and here comes the blitz. Rivers steps away from it, and then he's going to get hit from behind by Alston. John Alston, the linebacker. It's not a sack. Actually, he was tackled forward for a yard. Big BF on his pajamas. Tomlinson is wrestled down right at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 3rd and long for Rivers and the Chargers.
Well, the Raider defense is really responding and not taking these blows from San Diego. The good kickoff return and then the pass to Jackson on first down. But then the pass rush on Rivers almost picked up a sack and then keeping LT from getting outside.
And Tyvon Branch at 205 pounds with 4.3 speed, playing safety all over the field with 33 for Oakland. 1 second on the play clock. The throw is incomplete, and there's Branch covering Antonio Gates. The punting team out for San Diego.
Well, Tom Cable said he's as good as there is in the game. Ball thrown way behind Antonio Gates because of the pressure. The Raiders brought Stanford route on that blitz. This time it paid off with an incomplete pass.
Well, Johnny Lee Higgins drifts back inside the 10, and Cyphers sends one of those knucklers down to a fair catch at the 17. Russell and the Raiders go to work on offense, and it's Fargas tackled in the backfield by Jacques Césaire. Well, the Raiders, as we watch here late in the 3rd quarter, have had great difficulty of late in beating the Chargers. San Diego with a run of 12 consecutive wins against their rivals from the East Bay. And Tom Cable and his team came down here after an embarrassing 38-0 loss to the Jets at home last week, and they felt this was a chance to make amends, and they played very hard and not so well on offense, certainly with terrific spirit. And that was a false start. Appeared to be right tackle Eric Pierce.
Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Khalif Barnes at right tackle. The current losing streak against a single team. Chargers with 12 in a row over the Raiders. Patriots handcuffing the Bills for a dozen, and Steelers and Browns have fallen to them 12 straight times.
Second and 15 from the 12.
7-0 is Rivers against the Raiders in his career in the NFL as a starter.
And a bunch of his teammates have never lost to this silver and black either.
So 2nd and 14, and it's to Fargas, and he high kicks his way for about 5 or 6 into the arms of Stephen Cooper. Only a 4-man rush, but they get to Russell. From the outside, Steve Gregory, the safety. He had a sack last week on a similar move against Kansas City.
Yeah, the quickness of Gregory, the former cornerback playing safety now. He's going to come from this side of the screen here, and the Chargers faking the blitz up the middle. And Zach Miller never saw Steve Gregory, and the result is a sack.
3rd sack for the Chargers today. 56-yard average on 3 punts for Leckler, who delivers this one from the goal line. This one's a little shorter. A wobbler to Sproles at the 47. And with his quick feet, able to maneuver into Oakland territory at the 47-yard line. And the Raiders say they've got the fumble and a recovery. There's been no signal by officials.
And the officials are saying that right now the ball was out, and it's going to be Raider ball near midfield. They're discussing it right now.
There's the turnover the Raiders need. Sproles, and trying to battle for extra yards, gives it up at the 47 of the Raiders.
Well, let's see if he was down before the ball comes out. Nope, the ball is out before his knee hits the ground. Excellent call by the officials, and heads up. Now, who has the ball? It's ripped out there at the bottom by Gary Russell.
Oh, he took quite a hit, didn't he?
Out. Yeah, he did.
Hiram Eugene was the man that forced the fumble. And Fargas and the Raiders go back to work, and not much there for Justin Fargas. Straight ahead, denied short of the 50-yard line by Ian Scott.
Right, two uncharacteristic turnovers today for San Diego. In the first half, sure-handed wide receiver Vincent Jackson let a ball go off his hands that was picked off by Chris Johnson, and now Darren Sproles with a fumble on a punt return. With Chargers, we're going to have great field position. Now the Raiders have got that field position.
And it's been turnovers and winning that battle by San Diego that's led to this 12-game winning streak against the rival Raiders. Fargas on the toss, runs into Alfonso Boone, and then Merriman finishes the work.
Brought down by Sean Merriman.
Well, you know, players love and respect playing against a guy like Justin Fargas, because he epitomizes what hard-nosed football is all about. And that type of attitude, that type of play will jack up a player like a Sean Merriman.
3rd and 5 at the 48 of San Diego. It's a mixed reaction from the crowd. The Raiders rooting for the defense, and the Raider Nation represented. And welcome back. Boy, that'd be a great place to build a new stadium, wouldn't it? It's right in that area there. There's all that parking and freeway access.
Mass transit. Yeah, that'd be a good spot.
Qualcomm's old. They're talking new stadium. Talking. 3rd and 5. Russell into the flat, and it's complete to Johnny Lee Higgins, and he's got a first down. Needed 5. He made 6. They're spotting it forward, and Eric Weddle's tackle a shade too late. First down, Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders loaded up the one side of the field. In fact, they didn't even send out a receiver on the other side. So Russell just reading to the right side, comes off to his outlet receiver, something he's done a couple of times today, showing improvement, picking up a huge 3rd down that time.
First catch for Higgins today, only his 2nd all season. A big one, first down. Now Michael Bush in at tailback. Russell off play action. Plenty of time. Throws this one up for grabs. Incomplete. And that was close to an interception on the carry. Eric Weddle there on the coverage for San Diego.
Well, Weddle should have picked this one off. I mean, the ball was up in the air for about 10 seconds. Here's Weddle right in the middle. Watch him break on this ball and just can't bring it in.
Intended for Lewis Murphy. Overran it a little bit, and part of that the momentum of Murphy himself.
Russell trying to make a big play. He's not made any big plays down the field throwing.
On 2nd and 10. Screen well called against the blitz. Bush knocked down at the 33-yard line, but right at the yardstick. Stephen Cooper with a tackle.
And Cooper's shaken up after that big hit. I mean, you're hitting a big man in Gary Russell there. This is a great call by Cable. The screen to slow down the pass rush. Blockers out in front. And Michael Bush going at 245. Cooper paid for it.
Yeah, Cooper is 10 pounds lighter than the man he just brought down. Just short of the first down. 3rd and inches. Fargas in the backfield. And he gets the call, and unless he's burrowed in, and look at that second effort and gets the first down. They had him shy of the first down, and he just kept pounding his knees, his leg action, and his determination as a runner to be admired. There's not many that run any harder than number 25 of the Raiders.
And he runs smart. This is a smart run, getting in behind Lawton, just following Lawton. You know, Lawton clears the way just enough, and Fargas got low so that he would not be pushed back when he got to the contact.
The Raiders have not scored a touchdown in the third quarter all season, and they've got only seconds to erase that mark. Now here's a little razzle-dazzle, and it winds up in the hands of Louis Murphy, the former Florida speedster, and he's down to the 18-yard line, and another Oakland first down. Could be the final play of the third quarter. Weddle another tackle.
And this end of the quarter will really help San Diego, because right now they're out of gas. They're running all over the field, not being able to find where the Raiders are running the ball.
And welcome back with Dan Fouts, Dick Enberg here at Qualcomm Stadium in beautiful San Diego. We go to the fourth quarter with the Chargers leading the Raiders 21-13, but Oakland threatening. Ball at the 18 in San Diego territory, and a first down for Jamarcus Russell. And Oakland trying to snap a 12-game losing streak against their rivals here in San Diego. Fargas hit in the backfield. Tremendous penetration by San Diego's Travis Johnson. Johnson acquired in a trade this year in August from Houston.
Well, Ron Rivera's got to figure out a way to reverse this type of statistic, as the Raiders have got it done on the ground. They've taken advantage of good field position, and San Diego offensively has just not been able to do a thing.
This drive starting when Darren Sproles fumbled at the Oakland 47. Johnny Lee Higgins in motion into the right flat. Empty backfield. Jamarcus Russell throwing into the flat, complete to the rookie tight end, Brandon Myers. Myers out of bounds short of the first down. Quentin Jammer at the corner with the play.
Yeah, the Iowa Hawkeye with his first catch, and a good job of reading the defense. They wanted to throw the slant to Higgins, but the Chargers jumped the slant and left Myers wide open in the flat.
All those color-coded defensive schemes of Ron Rivera. Let's see what he calls here. 3rd and 8 at the 16-yard line. Fargas in the backfield. They start with 3 receivers to the left. 3 on the play clock. And a flag is down. Louis Murphy, false start.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Murphy claimed he couldn't hear the signal, so if you can't hear, don't move. Looking at the ball, that's all you have to do as a wide receiver. They're told that every day in practice. Here he is right here. He's looking over at Darius Hayward-Bay. The ball's on the other side. He ought to be looking inside.
That little
move by Gregory got him, didn't it?
So back to the 21-yard line. 3rd and 13. Basically a penalty-free game. Russell in traffic, throws underneath and complete to Fargas, and Fargas dragged down at the 10-yard line. Almost got the first down, came up a couple of yards shy. Stephen Cooper with a tackle.
And decision time now for Tom Cable as he sends out his field goal team. And Mr. Automatic.
He's been good from 48 and 41 yards today.
Boy, I don't know about this. I mean, you only need 2 yards for the first down. The Chargers have not been able to stop Justin Fargas on situations just like this.
The holder Leckler has a good passing arm, was a quarterback in his youth. But it is the field goal, and Janikowski once again dead center, so he's 3 for 3 today. A 21-16 game, and Janikowski sends that left foot kickoff down to Sproles. It trickles, and he picks it up at the 5-yard line and then smothered at the 8. He had to be tempted about letting it roll to see if it go out of bounds and get the 40. November 1st in San Diego, cooling off in the fountains at Balboa Park, downtown San Diego, one of the great city parks in the world. 8-yard line as Sproles handling that bouncing kickoff, and now Rivers throwing upfield, incomplete, and well covered on the sidelines was Chris Chambers. And Branch was right there with him. And of course, because of the time change, moving back an hour to a later day than normal. Rivers throws way over the head of Vincent Jackson, and suddenly all going awry for the Charger offense, and the Raider defense tightening the vise.
Let's go back to the Gates incompletion, and you'll see as he's running down the field, he's even trying to shield his eyes. And the ball just sails right over his head. He just says, I couldn't see where the ball was. Philip?
Yeah, it's over there on the west side. After a 9-for-9 second quarter, Rivers' sense is 1 for 6 and only 11 yards. Rivers with pressure from behind, throws complete to Chris Chambers, and he was looking into that sun and makes a tough catch in front of the All-Pro Nnamdi Asomugha.
And that's just what Chris Chambers needed too. He was benched this week. Malcolm Floyd started. A fantastic catch, looking right back into the sun.
Great coverage by Asomugha. That had to be a perfect throw and a tenacious catch for 20 yards. Tomlinson, only a yard on the play. Desmond Bryant, the rookie from Harvard, made the tackle. 2nd and 9, play action. Rivers to the sideline. No sun problems there for Vincent Jackson, and a first down in front of Stanford route.
Boy, the Chargers offensive line is answering the challenge of the Raider pass rush. Rivers on a little play action pass here. Gets back deep, nobody in his face. He got a nice throwing lane to the 6'5 Jackson, and it's another first down for San Diego as they're starting to get back in sync, back in rhythm.
8 catches now for Jackson today. He's over the 100-yard mark, 103. First down at the 43, and Sproles now in at tailback. He finds a little room on the right wing. He's into Oakland territory, and near another first down before Greg Ellis, the veteran defensive end, can chase him down. Another up. Thank you, JB. The Titans trying to finally get that elusive first win on the season. Mike Tolbert with a carry on 2nd and short. He wedges forward, a first down to the 45.
Yeah, it used to be when you get to those 2nd and short plays, you would go a little play action pass and throw a deep one, but Norv Turner's of the belief that you pick up the first down when you can, and that gets you back on your normal schedule of play calling. 1st and 10, you have more plays on 1st and 10 to choose from, and that's what Norv has decided to do there.
Norv Turner banned from trick-or-treat presence last night by his wife, flagged down for Danny Tomlinson's stuff. He once had the job of giving the candy to the kids, knocking on the door, and everyone came home.
Defense, number 51, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, first down.
His wife came home, said, where's all the candy? So I've been giving it to the kids, 2 handfuls apiece. Boy, did they love that door in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but you run out of candy too quickly. Oh, boy. John Alston, 55, right above the down marker here as the circle goes crazy. He's about a foot offsides. Stanford guy being offsides. That's not right.
Yeah, we got a Stanford graduate and a Stanford in the secondary and Stanford route. 1st and 5, fake to LT. Rivers looking, and throwing. Whoa, what a hit as Gates holds on and absorbs a big pop from Tyvon Branch. That's man against man.
This was an unbalanced line by the Chargers, so Gates is lined up right here next to the guard. The other tackle is over here. Now it's a bootleg, and Gates has got to run away from Tyvon Branch. Great throw by Rivers because Branch had his back to the quarterback, never saw that bullet go over his shoulder.
Actually, it was Michael Huff who made the hit. 14-yard gain for Gates. Chargers with a slim 5-point lead. LT down to his number, 21.
This is an example of the Chargers' belief in their head coach and his play calling and game planning abilities. Chargers backed up, had not done anything here in the second half. When they needed it most, they get a fantastic catch from Chris Chambers that gets them back in rhythm, back in sync, and now they appear to be unstoppable as North continues to dial up the right call.
Tomlinson, in case you're curious, 38 yards on 16 carries, only a 2-yard average, but 2 is magical in the end zone, 2 touchdowns for LT. Tomlinson caught by the jersey and battles forward and close to a first down. Tommy Kelly using the 300 pounds to pull Tomlinson back. See where they mark it.
That was really a determined and tough run by Tomlinson. It appeared that he was stopped about 2 or 3 yards short of where he eventually landed, and now bringing up a 3rd down and short for San Diego. A lot of options for Rivers as Kading waits his chances.
He doesn't want to go for a 3. That would leave the Raiders within a touchdown 2-point conversion of a tie. 3rd and short. Tomlinson following blockers now sprints into the clear to the corner and out of bounds at the 2 and bumped into the wall down in that corner.
Remember, we talked about the Chargers' struggles in goal line and short yardage situations. Well, LT, as he's limping back to the sidelines here, uses great patience to set up Chris Dillman's block. Dillman coming on the pull, the power play. LT sliding to the outside, picks up a gigantic first down before Thomas Howard can push him out of bounds. Great patience by LT.
13 yards, the longest run, and there's a false start. As Chris Wilson.
False start, offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty.
Manam Maliuna on the near side leaped forward, and so instead of 1st and goal at the 3, it'll make it a little tougher as they move it back to the 8.
This is twice today that number 86 has moved early. Actually, it was Wilson, the tight end, lined up inside. Actually, it was not Wilson either. It was Jeremy Clary as the Chargers went with that unbalanced line again to get more beef on the right side.
Oh, 1st and goal, 8-yard line. Sproles in. Sproles up the middle and runs into iron gate there. Tommy Kelly with Morrison to back it up. And this is one of the strengths of the Raiders in a disappointing season of 2-5. Their goal line and red zone defense has been well above par on the league.
And part of that is having a corner like Asamoah and Chris Johnson. Both are over 6 feet, so they almost automatically take away the fade route with their height.
They're number 7 in the league in red zone defense, number 9 in goal line defense, Oakland. Rivers caught from behind, the sack to the rookie Matt Shaughnessy, who's had a terrific game. It's his first NFL sack. 6'5" and 270, the 3rd-round pick, former Badger.
And here he is right here working against number 66. Again, it's Clary coming out, and that's just too much speed. Clary got beat right off the get-go here as Shaughnessy shows great closing speed.
Now 3rd and goal, just inside the 10, the 14th play of this drive. Comes the blitz. Rivers just does get it away. Incomplete. Jackson with Huff knocking it away.
Now this is why number 24 was picked number 1 back in 06 out of Texas. Great timing. Jackson on the corner route. Man-to-man with Huff. Ball slightly underthrown, and a great job of getting that left hand in there by Michael Huff.
And so out comes Kading for a short field goal, 27 yards, to give San Diego an 8-point advantage. And Kading drives it through. Kading to Jonathan Holland. Remember, Holland at the end of the first half had a sterling 60-yard return, former spring champion, and he's dragged down. And again, it's Mike Tolbert in on the play. That last drive by San Diego consumed 7 minutes and 55 seconds, 83 yards. He had first and goal in the 3 and had to settle for the 28-yard field goal. And now Jamarcus Russell. Here's his chance to make amends. Terrible game last week. 3 turnovers in the first quarter against the Jets and a 38-0 drubbing. He has a chance now to rally his team. He needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And Justin Vargas pays the price. Cromartie comes up from the corner to knock him down after a short gain.
Well, in the first half, Russell was 4 out of 8 for just 24 yards. He's now 7 of 8 in the second half. But again, for just that's 48 yards now for Russell. So inability to get the ball down the field is just killing the Raider passing game.
2nd down and 8. Lewis Murphy blazing speed to the left. Vargas in the backfield. Haywood Bay even faster over on the right side. Then the throw underneath is complete to the tight end, Zach Miller. And a first down at the 42. Weddle, the tackler.
Well, 3rd catch of the game for Zach Miller. As we take a look at this play from the blimp. Here's Miller right here, right down the middle of the field. And Russell with a strike in front of Weddle there. Big play by the Raiders.
Great coverage from our blimp today. 15-yard gain for Oakland. And a first down at the 43. 8 points to tie. Plenty of time. 3.5 minutes to go and all 3 timeouts. Two timeouts. And off to Vargas. Look at him. 2nd effort, 3rd effort, and finally dragged down at the 47-yard line by Eric Weddle.
There's nothing much you can say about or describe. Just watch. Just breaking tackles. As you said, Dick, those knees, legs never stop driving. He's got great balance and above all else, great desire.
18 carries, 59 yards for Vargas and the touchdown. Now Michael Bush in the backfield behind Russell. Russell chased out of the pocket. Now he throws to the far sidelines, throws it away. Johnny Lee Higgins was down there, but Russell running out of time. Alfonso Boone was chasing him, the big 300-pound tackle.
Real gut check time for both these ball clubs. Hands on hips. Both teams are playing to the point of exhaustion right now. Raiders just sent out 3 receivers on that play. All 3 were covered. Russell with a good decision to throw it away.
You saw the AFC West standings with the Broncos losing their first game. The winner today gains a full game on the AFC West leaders, Denver. 3rd down. Oh my, Russell hit as he throws. Is it a catch? No, just out of bounds. Lewis Murphy, a fine catch as Russell, a terrific throw considering he was taking a hit by Sean Phillips. Brandon Seiler.
Check it out. Was his feet 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Good call by the official. Great effort on both ends as Russell hangs in, taking that hit. And then the effort by Murphy to pull it in. That clock running down here, 4th down.
6-5 on the play clock. He's got to hurry here on 4th down. 2-1, doesn't get it off. Did he call time? Yes.
2nd charge timeout, Oakland.
And for the Raiders, they have 1 remaining. As you can see, the yellow bars above the Oakland and San Diego names indicating timeouts remaining. Now 4th down and 7, quarterback Fouts.
Yeah, I like the way that they've gotten Zach Miller over the middle on this drive. Miller is going to probably be double teamed by San Diego because San Diego doesn't think that the wide receivers of the Raiders can get open. They haven't really proven that much today. In fact, they've been a non-factor in the passing game. But don't forget about Russell. He has improved in just 1 week, going to his check down receivers, Justin Vargas and Johnny Lee Higgins at one time.
That's a little crazy, but in this situation when you're 2-5, everyone looking for the short pass, why not go for a long throw and try to tie it up right here, even though it is 4th down. Let's see what Russell has in mind. He throws underneath, complete to Miller. Well, that's why You're in Canton, Ohio, and I'm going back to the farm in Michigan. Cooper made the tackle, first down to Miller.
I like the guy that wore number 80 for me, Kellen Winslow, very similar type of player. You know, this type of guy, Zach Miller or Kellen Winslow, they want the ball in that situation.
Norv Turner, backup quarterback to Dan Fouts at the University of Oregon. Those two gentlemen did a lot of screaming last night. It was very positive as well. That was a big Ducks win.
And another man who was screaming was the defensive coordinator for Tom Cable, John Marshall, who just happened to be Norv Turner's head coach as a freshman at Oregon. Oh, yeah, and he was my head coach as a freshman at Oregon as well.
Enough of you Ducks.
Quack, quack.
All right. 2 minutes to go. One timeout for the Raiders. They trail by 8. Need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Russell hasn't thrown long very often. He fumbles the ball. It's free, and the Raiders recover. Sean Phillips forced the ball free, and Khalif Barnes was able to fall on the loose ball. Clock is running.
Great pressure by Sean Phillips as he just would not be denied on the pass rush. Got into the face of Jamarcus Russell. Look at them standing around with no timeouts. Plenty of time. We're waiting for the next play from Tom Cable.
Phillips with a second sack. That's 2 sack games back-to-back for him. 13 yards, the loss in the play. Now from his own end, Russell throws underneath. Incomplete, intended for Hayward Bay, but a flag down.
False start. Offense number 69.
And it compounds itself with a false start.
Second down.
So the Raiders struggling to get downfield to tie the game. There was an announcement made by referee Terry McCauley, but muddled his microphone.
Something about a clock malfunction, and he's going to come over now to the replay booth. And what they're going to do, because of the penalty, it killed the play, so there was no play. But they're going to go back another play to the sack and the fumble to see if that's an incomplete pass. Nope, that's a fumble. Now the question is, boy, I tell you what, if Jacques Césaire had any hands at all, he might have picked this one off or recovered the fumble, because the ball is in the air right there. He can't pick it up.
I think old Jacques was looking at the goal line there and said, "Oh, I'm pretty clear sailing if I catch it."
Well, that's a tough situation there. The arm going forward. The ball did go forward. This might be ruled an incomplete pass. This review coming from upstairs. This is not a challenge, but it's a booth review. And a huge booth review.
Well, if
this wipes out the 5-yard penalty as well.
And so it'd be 13 plus 5, be 18-yard gain if this is ruled an incomplete pass. 18 to the Raiders.
And the ball would be on the Charger 44-yard line, which gives the Raiders an excellent shot to get down the field and get in the end zone, especially with the big arm of Jamarcus Russell.
Call on the field was fumble.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Second down.
So the ball stays at the 38 of the Raiders. The clock an issue now, only 78 seconds left. One timeout for Oakland.
And I'm sure Norv Turner is telling Terry McCauley, good call.
The Raiders need to get to the San Diego 34 for a first down.
And they do have one timeout.
Plenty of speed at wide receiver. Spread formation. Russell steps up and he's dropped. Merriman has his second sack. So the two frustrated pass rushers for San Diego, Phillips and Merriman, each with 2 today. Final timeout, Tom Cable. He wanted to go long, needed to go long.
Well, Johnny Lee Higgins and Louis Murphy ran into each other on this play. This is why there was nobody for Jamarcus Russell to throw the ball to.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, if that doesn't tell the story of 2 young receivers frustrating their quarterback, and then Merriman with a great move to pick up the sack, but you've got 3 wide receivers out in the game, and 2 of them are laying on the ground.
I've seen a lot of replays. That one was unique. Have you ever seen that before?
In a Keystone Cops movie, maybe.
And these young guys are learning progress and work, both very talented, and of course a little bump by Gregory and Quentin Jammer, true to his surname on that play. So 3rd down and plenty from the 35, 31 yards for a first down. Throwing under pressure into the flat. It's complete for short yardage to Miller, and Miller finally knocked out of bounds by Jammer. And so 4th down, and they need to go again to the 34-yard line, the Raiders, to have a first down. This is almost end of the game. Wind up and throw it as far as you can. Hope you'll get a lucky catch or deflection.
Yeah, also looking for interference. I'm not sure that they're going to throw the Hail Mary just yet, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. But they're sending 2 receivers to the far side, plus the tight end, Zach Miller.
Good time for Russell over the middle, and there's a attempted pass and lateral, and incomplete. They're going to rule the pass incomplete. Johnny Lee Higgins caught it, kind of, and shovel passed it back, hoping it would work as a lateral. Darius Hayward-Bay.
Boy, they had all the elements right there. The holding penalty against the Raiders has declined, but Higgins has got to catch this ball first. He's trying to volleyball the ball to Darius Hayward-Bay, but the ball's right in his hands. A perfect throw by Russell, but catch it first and then lateral it. Seiler is there to mess up the play for the Raiders, and this will go down as win number 13 in a row for San Diego.
He's got to catch the ball, but he's in midair. You got to come down with the ball in your possession unless you make a perfect deflection lateral back to your teammate. So it's just a matter of a kneel down for Rivers. Actually 2 plays, and this game will be history. But for an overwhelming favorite, the San Diego Chargers, coming into this game against a team that lost 38-0 last week. Terrific effort from Tom Cable's team, especially defensively, in defeat, and holding the Chargers to only a field goal in the second half. So with a win by San Diego, they move within 2 games of the Denver Broncos, and the Chargers have a visit in the Big Apple against the New York Giants next Sunday. The Raiders, much needed bye. They've got a lot of injuries that should heal, including Darren McFadden, and then they'll meet Kansas City and Cincinnati, a couple of home games.